We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. says he would reorganize the Sugar Regulatory Administration amid efforts to stem a possible sugar shortage. Marcos says the government will come to an arrangement with sugar stakeholders and find out how much sugar supply the country has before resorting to importation. Marcos, also acting as agriculture chief, said the reorganization of the SRA could be finished before the end of this week. The president made the announcement as 3 officials of the SRA resigned over the unauthorized signing of a sugar import order on his behalf. Agriculture Undersecretary Leocadio Sebastian was the first to resign on Thursday, followed by SRA Administrator Hermenegildo Serafica and board member Roland Beltran.
That we are going to reorganize the SRA, and as soon as that's done, that should be done this week, before the end of this week. We will reorganize the SRA, and then we will come to an arrangement with the industrial consumers, with the planters, the millers, as suppliers of the sugar to coordinate para talaga kung ano yung meron, kung ano yung available, mailabas na sa merkado. And yung kulang, kunin na natin mag-import na tayo.
The Philippine National Police has ordered its personnel to boost its anti-crime and anti-illegal drug campaign for the opening of classes next week. PNP Chief General Rodolfo Azurin Jr. said they are coordinating with schools to allow police officers to join orientations for students to hold their information dissemination drives. Azurin said students should be informed about areas where crime is prevalent, citing illegal drug peddlers who sell to students. Azurin also said they are tapping community leaders and school security guards to help ensure adherence to minimum health protocols to prevent the spread of COVID-19. PNP spokesperson Colonel Jean Fajardo said about 23,000 police personnel would be deployed to school premises. With the resumption of face-to-face classes this month, infectious disease expert Dr. Ronjin Solante sees the need for teachers to get vaccinated against COVID-19 for the safety of students who are not yet allowed to receive the jab. During the Laging Handa briefing, Solante urges the schools and the teaching personnel to comply with the vaccination to build a wall of immunity and set an example to students.
Sa bagay na gusto ko sanang i-advocate na sana ang mga guro naman, mga teachers, will have a very high rate of immunization or vaccination. Kasi nakikita natin ngayon, marami pang mga teachers ang hindi nagpapabakuna, no? And when you want to build a wall of immunity sa school, dapat mauna ang mga teachers so that the students will also comply with the vaccination. No? Maraming parents ang nangangamba na pagpapasok ang mga bata sa mga schools, ang mga teachers ay hindi bakunado. Niyan. No? So importante, we need to mandate vaccination also sa mga teachers, not only for the children.
Likewise, Go Negosyo founder Joey Concepcion led the Isa Pa COVID-19 booster shot campaign as he also urges teachers and other school personnel to get their booster shots done.
This is a campaign to, especially papasok ngayon mga bata sa eskwela ngayon, no? So pagbalik sila sa bahay, baka ma-infect yung mga parents nila, yung mga lola nila, and we really want to encourage that yung mga teachers, na mga tao dyan sa school system ay kumuha na ng booster shots. No?
The Japanese government supports the Philippines in its bid to become an upper-middle income economy. In a phone conversation with Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo, Japanese Foreign Minister Yoshimasa Hayashi said Japan is interested to advance its cooperation with the country in terms of agriculture, energy transitions, disaster risk reduction, and digital fields, among others. Manalo and Hayashi also agreed to advance coordination on security, facilitating exercises between the self-defense forces and the armed forces of the Philippines, among others. The two officials also exchanged views on regional and international issues, including Russia's aggression against Ukraine and the situation in the East and South China Seas, and that surrounding Taiwan and in Myanmar. Meanwhile, the Quezon City government has vowed to give legal assistance to parents, teachers, and other stakeholders affected by the sudden closure of the Colegio de San Lorenzo. City Legal Counsel Orlando Paulo Casimiro said the management of San Lorenzo may face possible legal action depending on those directly affected, as well as on the decision of Commission on Higher Education and Department of Education. Casimiro said Mayor Joy Belmonte has instructed his office to assist those who have been affected by the said incident. For its part, the city government is investigating the school for possible violations of local ordinances. Meanwhile, Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Duterte said a DepEd task force has scheduled a conference with the school owners and officials to discuss plans to assist displaced learners. Over 1,300 students were affected by the sudden and unexpected closure of CDSL, of which 717 are nursery to grade 12 students and 652 college students, with 172 graduating under the current school year. Teachers and non-teaching personnel of the school were also left jobless because of the closure. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the PNA Newsroom. I am William Theo. Good evening, everyone.